All right, boys and girls, we got a 5-game slate. We're going to start with Mr. Cunningham up top, 10.3K. Fire him up. I mean, I try to play as much Cade Cunningham as I can, but if there's no value to add with him, it doesn't make sense. Last night, you needed a 425 on FanDuel. You needed like 380 on DK. Scores are astronomical. I say that every video because it's extremely important not to not to sandbag one of your spots. If you have a spot with like a 25 or a 24 or a 26, and that's your weakest link, you probably lost. You probably don't even cash. I last couple of nights I've been having DraftKings lineups with all flames and didn't cash. And those are my usual single entry contests, but it's a different world right now. You understand what I'm saying? So be very mindful when you're playing Cade Cunningham's and Giannis's and Jokic. Be very mindful of your value. And if you hear me say the same thing every video, that's because it's absolutely crucial. Giddy 9.8, 51 fantasy points a game, absolutely in play. Kobe White does take a little bit away from him scoring wise. Kobe White does a little bit of everything also. 9.8K. I would try to find the $500 to get the Cade. Curry's out. We'll deal with because of Kerr, because of Steve Kerr. Curry out means nothing because there's nobody that's gonna step up and take his usage. Steve Kerr's gonna just go ahead and play 45, different players, so it doesn't even matter. Booker's an okay player. I haven't been playing him. There's a lot of different. I like Murray better than him. Booker hasn't gone crazy. He hasn't had to. Dylan Brooks has picked up the slack. Gillespie's picked up the slack. Booker's in cruise control. 9.4K, a little rich for my blood. Jamal Murray's absolutely in play. Rollins is in play. If Giannis is out, he looks better. Hero's been very good since he's been back. Tough matchup against Detroit. Pods gets a bump. Gillespie, 6.5K. Just spoke about him in play. Porter Jr. might be back. That might mess with Ryan Rollins just a little bit. I'm assuming they'll bring Porter off the bench and he'll be restricted. So we'll keep our eye on that type of on the information that comes with Porter. We'll see what's going on with Andrew. Trey Jones 5.5 was just an okay play to me. Be very careful with Fears. He's gotten benched for Alvarado 2 out of the last 3 games or something like that. So be very careful. Davion Mitchell, I'm not interested in. Levert, not really interested in him either. McConnell gets a bump if Andrew can't go. Cole Anthony if there's no Giannis. Demon if you're desperate. Alvarado if you're playing a lot of lineups. Pat Spencer gets a bump with no Curry. And the rest of these guys I don't think I'm going to be touching. Let's go to shooting guard. If you heard me pause a couple times, I thought that's because I thought my niece was going to try to come into my office, but she probably heard me talking and was like, what's that fool doing? So let's see if she ends up interrupting us. Anyway, Kobe White 7.7. Spoke about him briefly. If he plays, he's in play. Murphy's fine because he's not one of the 2 Pelican starters getting benched randomly. So he's safe. The 2 starters that I'm talking about, Fears and Queen, have been getting benched after halftime. And for their prices, that's a no-no. Powell, if he can't go, the rest of the starters get a bump. If he can go, he messes up the rest of the starters. You know how that goes. Mathurin, 6.9K. I will always shove Mathurin straight up my ass anytime he's under 7K in a great matchup. Fire up Mathurin. If Andrew Nemhard can't go, shove Mathurin up your ass twice. If Grayson Allen could go, he messes up Brooks, he messes up Gillespie. So let's pay attention to Grayson Allen news. Very important. Hawkins Jr., You know, he had a little bit of a run, like a 2 week span, where he looked like 6 man of the year, and then since that he's been chopped cheese. No good. No thank you. Um, if Allen can go, I'm not really interested in Goodwin off the bench. If Allen can go, Goodwin off the bench at 5,700 is a little bit rich, but it's not the worst play in the world. Hurd is an okay play if he's your last man in, and Kobe White can't go. Cam Johnson for value. The Sumno is fine. AJ Green somehow thinks he's Larry Bird. Whatever. 5K. Take a shot. All right. What else? Richard. Listen. Last time Curtin didn't play, I shoved Richard all the way up my ass in every lineup I had, and it was an epic failure. So I stopped doing that. When you get absolute value and you think that there's no way it can fail, guess what? There's always a way it can fail. Don't put absolute value pieces in all your lineup. At least save one. That way, if that goes wrong, you still have a chance. Richard ruined my life, but we'll deal with that another day. Where are we? Small forward. Let's go to small forward. Buddy Hield gets a bump. The problem with Buddy Hield is if Kerr starts him, that's no guarantee that he's gonna have a monster game, and he might come off the bench and have a monster game. So you never know with Kerr's into the theatrics. I don't know what's going on with him, but he doesn't coach like a normal person, and I'll leave it at that. Porter Jr., if he can go, good matchup. Bad team. He's on the bad team, but it's a good matchup. You know what I mean. 8,400. His price is finally skyrocketing. He's absolutely in play. If Kuminga could go and he's a full go, 7,500, and he starts, he's fine. Or he's an okay play. Dylan Brooks is in play. If Grayson Allen can't go, let's give Brooks a bump. Kuzma, if I say this every video, if Kuzma was free, I still wouldn't play him. Moody gets a bump. Watson gets a bump. Bay's in play. Swords in play. Pele Larson. If Wiggins can't go, let's give Pele a bump. Zaire, absolutely not. Gary Trent, absolutely not. The rest of these guys, absolutely not. Let's go to power forward. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up the video. If you're struggling in cash, you need help, you want me to help you, you want me to send you my finalized, optimal, updated bot lineups right before a lot, no problem. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. Super chats are open. The Patreon, you can get in for free. Once you're in, you can see if there's any tiers that fit your needs, and all the tiers are actually underpriced because I can't raise prices while people are in them. So that's that. And if you don't want to commit to a whole month, you can buy lineups individually, separately, each slate. Any questions? Throw it in the chat. Let's go to Power 4 and let's wrap this bad boy up. Giannis, if he can go 11-5, going up against Brooklyn, that should be a blowout. They probably just sit him because they probably don't even need him for Brooklyn. Brooklyn's an awful team. If he can go 11-5, shine him up, shove him up your ass. Butler's a little bit underpriced with no Curry, but once again, this is a Steve Kerr run team. Take that for what it's worth. Siakam's in play. Zion's in play. Zion's been a little bit passive, non-aggressive, letting Queen do his thing, letting Missy do his thing, letting everybody else do their thing, but he ain't doing his thing. 8.4K. If I played a lot of lineups, I'll throw him in one, but I'm not going to be doing any cartwheels down my driveway to get to Zion. Draymond Green without Curry is a turd. Bobby Portis, nah. His aura is gone, and he ain't Bobby Portis anymore. Billy Portis, 6,300, no thank you. Buzelis, you could take shots. If Ryan O'Neal, who the fuck is Ryan O'Neal? If Royce O'Neal starts 56 and there's no Grayson Allen, he's fine. Clowney gets a bump if there's no Porter. Tobias Harris is. You know what? Let me chill. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. What else? Patrick Williams might be one of the worst basketball players I've ever seen. Let's continue. All right. And the only reason I said that is because when Jalen Smith was the greatest value of all time, what's his name? Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan decided to start Patrick Williams at center. Just rubbed me the wrong way, and I got a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. Let's go to center. Jokic, 13-4. Kind of spicy for that pricey, but he's averaging a triple double. Fine value. Shove him all the way up your ass. Vooch, 8.1. Okay play. I prefer Duren. If Duren can't stay on the court, straight monster. 7.9K. You need him to play all his minutes at that price. Bam's an okay play. Moss Turner is fine. McQueen. Queen. If Queen got his minutes, he'd be great, but they're playing with his minutes, and I don't want to partake in any festivities. Claxton, okay play, 6,500. Mark Williams against Jokic, 6.4, fire him up. If Weir starts 6'3", he's fine. Jalen Smith, I'll pass. Paul Reed, I'll pass. If Quentin Post starts and I play 10 lineups, I'll throw him in one. Be very careful with Steve Kerr. That's all I got to say. Missy, I'll take a shot because of the shenanigans going on in New Orleans. And if they start Jackson Davis and you played a lot of lineups, you could probably throw him in one. I don't know if I got the guts to do that, but you could probably throw him in one. Look, I'm going to go on and get out of here. I appreciate y'all taking time to watch my video. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video, check out the Patreon. Link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. Everything else, send me a message and I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.